Greetings, one and all. For those who don't know me, I'm Jesse Wood, otherwise known as Drowning in Footwear, and I've been invited to come before you here and dispense my wisdom pertaining to anything and everything I feel like, and also to plug my own channel, youtube.com/I'mDrowningInFootwear. Now, since this is Reckless Eating, and in keeping with the spirit of the channel, I thought that for my very first segment I'd do something food-related, as well as something that's very near and dear to my heart. So, this is Count Chocula. It is undoubtedly, without question, the greatest cereal of all time. And I'll get to why in a minute, but first I'm going to direct your attention to the guy on the cover, the man, the myth, the mascot, Count Chocula. This guy is one of the greatest vampires of all time. He's up there with Kane, Dracula, Alucard, Spike, Bela Lugosi, Christopher Lee, Wesley Snipes, and Jubilee. One of the all-time great vampire kings. I know he doesn't look like much to the untrained eye, but that's just because Count Chocula understands the importance of maintaining a family-friendly image. He's like John Cena. He puts smiles on the faces of children, and no one can say that that's not a noble pursuit, because children are the future, and they do make the world go around. Now, you're probably rolling your eyes right now. You're probably saying, he looks goofy, he looks cartoony, but I assure you, Count Chocula is by far the most badass cereal mascot of them all. You do not fuck with Count Chocula. He will swat the Honey Nut Cheerios bee out of the sky. He'll shove the Rice Krispie Elves up Toucan Sam's anus. He'll turn Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble into his mindless thralls and make them sit in the corner and watch as he makes it rain his chocolatey vampire jizz all over Wilma and Betty. He just does not give a fuck. Now, granted, the Trix Rabbit, he's pretty badass, and he certainly deals with enough bullshit as it is. I don't want to shovel any more dirt on the Trix Rabbit, but even he cannot compare to the massive balls of Count Chocula. In fact, I'd like to see a bunch of snot-nosed kids tell Count Chocula he can't have any cereal. He'd kick all their asses. He'd probably take them up to his castle and sew them up together in a human centipede just to send a message to the terrified villagers below that you do not fuck with the man in the castle on the hill. Count Chocula is a badass. But just what is it exactly that makes Count Chocula the cereal so good? Well, I could go on for hours about every little nuance and detail of the perfection that is the Count Chocula formula. But basically it's like chocolate Lucky Charms. Instead of heart stars and horseshoes, you got little marshmallow bats. And the hard parts are also chocolate. Now, the genius of this is that while you're eating, the milk turns into chocolate milk. It's a miracle of modern science, and the best part of all is that once you're done, you now have a bowl of chocolate milk left over to slurp up or rub all over your body, whatever you want to do with. That's your prerogative. And if that wasn't impressive enough, Count Chocula never comes to the party alone. Anytime you see Count Chocula, you can rest assured that right behind him, his two best bros are waiting in the wings, Frankenberry and Boo Berry, who alter the formula with strawberry and blueberry flavors respectively. It just doesn't get any better than that. Now, Count Chocula, Boo Berry, Frankenberry, they form a triumvirate of cereal gods who have for decades been doing everything in their power to make life more delicious, tastier, and better and happier for everyone. But there's a problem. There's a big problem, and this is where I start to get a little pissed off, because you see, the problem is that ever since I was a child, it seems like every year it just gets harder and harder and harder and harder to find a box of this in the stores. It's like there's some kind of catastrophic shortage of Count Chocula, and they have to ration it out at seemingly random intervals, and just whoever gets their hands on a box just so happens to win. They're the lucky ones. No kidding, this is the first box of Count Chocula I've seen in at least 4 years. It's ridiculous. You can't find this stuff. It's never on shelves, it's never in the stores, it's never available. And I don't know why. In fact, I looked it up, because this is what I do in my spare time. I look these things up. I looked it up, and the people who make this cereal, General Mills, actually do just randomly halt production, and then very rarely and very sporadically will they start production again. Even the stores themselves, even Walmart, Kroger, all the big chains, they don't even know when they're going to get a box of Count Chocula in with their shipment of cereal. It's completely insane. Nobody knows. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, well, it's obviously a seasonal thing. And, well, yeah, that makes sense that it would be. But like I said, years go by and I don't see this. Not even on Halloween, so I don't think it is a seasonal thing. I think it's just completely random. Now, you might have a slightly better chance of finding it during October, but even then, it's a long shot. You're lucky to find a box of this. It's like winning the lottery. It's a small miracle if you find a box of this in the shelves. And I don't know why. It's just, I mean, I don't know anyone who doesn't lose their shit when they see a box of this. People love Count Chocula, and I don't know why the powers that be have to be so goddamn miserly with it. It's bullshit. It's not fair. It's not fair, okay? Millions of children the world over are being forced to grow up in a world without Count Chocula. Children are being deprived of Count Chocula, and man-children like myself are also being deprived of it, and it has to come to an end. The tyranny has to stop. We have to rise up. What's it going to take to get them to start making this all year round and have it be available for everyone? What's it going to take? Why is it so hard to find? You know, maybe it is just a precious commodity. Maybe, like, the hard parts in this cereal are actually rocks that have to be, like, dug out of a deep Transylvanian mine, and they have to go on some kind of expedition and fight werewolves just to get their hands on it. Maybe this stuff is more rare and precious than gold. Maybe Fort Knox is just filled with hundreds and hundreds of boxes of Count Chocula, and the government just sends a few out to store shelves in times of economic crisis to jumpstart the economy. I don't know. It really is one of the great conspiracies in the history of this nation. And if I turn up dead or missing in the coming months, you'll know that it was the Illuminati silencing me for trying to get the word out about Count Chocula, but I don't care. That's a risk that I'm willing to take because the world needs to know, you people deserve to know about all the glories and wonders of Count Chocula. This cereal really is everything I've made it out to be and more. I can't stress it enough. It's the bomb diggity. It's the best cereal in the world. In fact, it's pretty much the greatest achievement in the history of mankind. Like, okay, top 5 greatest achievements in the history of mankind. You ready? Mathematics, the moon landing, Final Fantasy VII, leather jackets, and Count Chocula. That's it. That's the best 5 things that we've done as a species. I can't wait until this video's done. As soon as this video's done, I'm going to go and have a bowl or 3. Probably the whole bag. Oh, that's another thing that pisses me off. This shit, it's not enough that you can barely find this, ever, but when you do find it, you'll notice it comes in the smallest, tiniest, most pissant, like barely even full boxes on the planet. I don't know why. It's another conspiracy, I guess. They're never even full all the way. How hard is it to fill the box up all the way with cereal? There's like 3 bowls in this at most. It's so rare, it's ridiculous. And you know, how hard is it to just put them in bigger boxes? Just make more of this available. Honey Nut Cheerios. Have you seen the boxes that Honey Nut Cheerios comes in? Those things are feckin' huge. But oh no, the greatest cereal in the world has to be relegated to the smallest, tiniest boxes in the world. And that is fucking bullshit. You know, I've actually been in fights in my lifetime. Actual fist fights over the last bowl of Count Chocula. And that probably sounds silly to you, but if you've had Count Chocula, if you've tasted it, you know. And if you haven't tasted it, then let that be an indication to you of the true rarity and preciousness of the chocolate gold, that the feast that lies in wait in this holy ark. It is the best thing in the entire world. And I have to have some right now, because I just can't even stand looking at it without having some. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh! This tastes like sex feels. I feel like I'm riding on a horse along the beach with the wind blowing my hair back. I can actually hear all of my favorite bands playing at the same time in my head right now. That's how good this cereal is. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, well. Oh yeah. Anyways, I'm done talking. I can't wait anymore. I have to go upstairs. I have to get some milk. I have to eat a bowl or 3, and I'm just going to eat the whole box right now, and then I'm going to go pass out face first in a bowl of chocolate milk like a real American. And in the morning, I'm going to go to the store, and if by some miracle they have any Count Chocula left, I'm gonna buy all of them. I'll push over a lady, I'll kick a kid, whatever I have to do, whoever gets in my way is going down, so that I can get all the Count Chocula I can possibly hoard to myself, because it really is that good. It's the best cereal in the world. It's the most important thing in the world. I love Count Chocula more than I love most of the people in my life. So, I hope you enjoyed the very first footwear rant. If you want to see more of me, you can go over and subscribe to my channel. I'm sure there'll be a link in the description. I do a lot of stuff. I do game reviews, let's plays, music. I talk about wrestling. I rant and I rave. I'm a rapper. I'm an artist. I'm a poet. I do dubs. I do a lot of My Little Pony stuff. If you're into that, I do so much My Little Pony stuff, to my family's shame. I'm basically a song and dance man, baby. I do everything. And everything I do, I make look damn good. And I am a handsome, funny, charming, charismatic motherfucker, if I say so myself. So, till next time, I'm Jesse Wood, the double, triple devil, real heel and the real snake peel, the king of the jungle, Tarzan boy, the bona fide bro and the downward dog, the slick salamander, the master and commander, with the wicked forked tongue, spitting venom and slander. And if you feel so inclined, make sure to go over and subscribe to my channel at youtube.com/I'mDrowningInFootwear. Like me on Facebook. Thumb this video up if you want Count Chocula to be available all year round for everybody to enjoy. And of course, stay tuned to Reckless Eating.
I'm drowning in footwear.